I want us to look at some past questions under bearing. Past questions under bearing. And the first one that we are going to look into 2018. Let's look at what happened in 2018, which is very recent. WAEC 2018. 3 ships. Question number 7B. 7B. 3 ships. P, Q, and R. P, Q, and R are at sea. The bearing of Q from P is 30 degrees, and the bearing of P from R is 300 degrees. If PQ is 5 kilometers and PR is 8 kilometers. The first question says illustrate the information. Illustrate the information in a diagram. B2. Calculate correct to 3 significant figure. The distance between Q and R. Then lastly, the third one, the bearing. You have to calculate the bearing of R from Q. These are the question of 7B WAEC 2018. This one is of recent. We have to calculate 3 things. The 3 ships, P, Q, and R are at the sea. The bearing of Q from P is 30 degrees. The bearing of Q from P is 30 degrees, and the bearing of P from R is 300 degrees. If PQ is 5 kilometers and PR is 8 kilometers. Illustrate the information in the diagram. 2. Calculate correct to 3 significant figure the distance between Q and R. And 3. The bearing of R from Q. Okay. So these are the questions given to us, which you have to solve now. Like I've told you, bearing is an instrument used by many of our professionals, like surveyor. If you want to measure their land, you have to use bearing. Like navigators, pilots, geographers, even the construction of a football field. You want to construct corner on the football field, you have to use this bearing to construct it, especially the Pythagoras theorem. You use Pythagoras to construct the corner. Now, how do we solve this problem given to us? If you are sitting for exam now, and you see this question in the exam, you want to solve it, what will come to your mind if you see the question? You wait a minute, get the question cleared into your heart before you start working. You have to illustrate the information in the diagram. It means this mark diagram is very, very important. From the past experience that we have during the marking, if you are to illustrate in the diagram like this, and you did not draw the diagram, even if you get the answer correctly, for the mere fact that you refuse to draw the diagram, your answer becomes 0. So that is why you have to follow what the question asks you to do. Question 1, illustrate the information, draw the diagram. Without diagram, no mark. It means the diagram will lead you to the mark. So you have to draw the diagram, then you start your calculation 2 and 3. And the question is so simple to easily score everything. So that is why you need to understand the topic very well. How do we go now? Let's come back to the question. We have been told that 3 ships. The first one is P, the second one is Q, the third one is R. Then the bearing of Q from P, that means you are starting from P. You are starting from P. Now, this is our true bearing. Okay, this is a 30 degree. This is our point P, which is 30 degree. And the bearing of P from R is 300. The bearing of P from R, this is P. I would say we have been told that Q, this is our Q. Then let's position our R somewhere here. And we need to get 300. Let's position it very close. Okay? If this is our position what? R. Okay? We have been told it's 300. If you move from the North Pole, this is 90, that's 180, 90, that's 270. 300 can be found in this quadrant. So we join it together here. You have something like this. So meaning that when you move from here to this place, it is 300. That is our bearing. Okay, the bearing of P from R is 300 according to the question. Now, if PQ, let us join Q to R. So this is how the diagram will look like. This is our diagram now. It will look like this. Fine. Now, this is our Q. P. If PQ is 5 kilometers, PQ is 5 kilometers, and PR is 8 kilometers. PR is 8 kilometers. This is the diagram that we have to draw. Drawing this diagram, there is a mark. There is a mark like this. Then, from the diagram, you have to continue question 2. Calculate correct to 3 significant figures. The distance between Q and R. We want to find the distance between Q and R. How do we get this distance? Now, we have to understand something here. This is bearing. When you move from the north to this place, this is 30. Then by the time we call this one like this, this small angle will be equals to 30 it will be 90 minus 30 because it's 90 degrees from the true north to this place is 90 degree. So 90 minus 30 will give us 60 degree. Okay? Then we still need to find this angle. How? We can come back here. This arc. When you extend it like this, what is the value of this angle? How do we get this angle? Let's call it alpha. This angle alpha. You can get angle alpha because we have been told that from here to this point is our what? Is 300 degree. This is 300 degree. If this is 300 degree, from here to here will be what? 270. This is 270. Subtract 270 from 300, that's 30 degrees. It means this angle is 30 degree. This angle is 30 degree. Now, if this is 30 degree, this angle is alternate to this one. This angle is alternate to this one. It's alternate to this one. Then meaning that the whole lot of this angle is 90 degree. The whole lot of this angle is 90 degree. Okay? Now, the problem is solved because it means triangle PQR is a right angle triangle. You can see that PQR is a right angle triangle. It's a right angle triangle. And when we say it's a right angle triangle, what are we saying? Now we are looking for the side of Q and R. Q and R is the hypotenuse side of this triangle. Q and R is the hypotenuse side because it's the side that is facing angle 90 degree. Meaning that we can go back to our Pythagoras rule. This is P. This one represents our small p. This is capital R. This one represents our small r. This is capital Q. This represents our small q. Now we say that PQ, P squared, that is using Pythagoras. We can now say that we use Pythagoras theorem here, using Pythagoras here, using Pythagoras rule. But instead of ABC, we are now using PQR. Instead of ABC, we are to use PQR. Now, P is the hypotenuse side because it's the one facing angle 90 degree. Any side facing angle 90 degree under right angle is called hypotenuse. So we now say P squared equals to R squared plus Q squared plus Q squared plus Q squared. That is it. Now we have P squared. What is our R? Our R is a 5 squared plus what is our Q? 8 squared. This is equals to 25 plus 64. Our P squared is equals to 89. Our P squared is equals to 89. Can we check it here? So in this case, we have P equals to square root of 89. What is square root of 89? What is square root of 89? We'll check this one from our 4-figure table or from our calculator. Square root of 89 will give us 9.43 kilometer. And that is to the three signal figure that you have to approximate the thing to. 9.43 kilometer. On a letter here, you can still use a letter here. Even though it is a right angle triangle, there's another way of solving it without using Pythagoras. When you look at it, you know the value of this side and you know the value of this side. The angle that connects the two of them together is known. You can still use cosine rule. When you use cosine rule, that is, or let me say, or when you use cosine rule, it means we will say that using cosine rule, it will give us P squared equals to R squared plus Q squared minus 2RQ cos what? Cos P. That is how to use the cosine rule for this same P. Then our P squared will be 5 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 8 cos P. Cos P is a 90 degree. Now we'll go ahead and get P. P squared is a 25 plus 64. This is a 10 multiplied by minus 80 and cos 90. Cos 90 is a 0. Cos 90 is equals to 0. Now, anything multiplied by 0 will give us what? 0. So you now see that at the end of the day, we still arrive at P equals to 89 because this one becomes 0. So that means 89. Then our P still becomes square root of 89, which is 9.43 kilometers. This is the second method that you can still use to solve the problem. So when you use the second method, you still arrive at the same answer. So which is still 9.43 kilometers. And that's give us the solution to question number 2 of the question given to us. Then lastly, we have to find the bearing of R. Where is our R? The bearing of R from where? From P. This is P. Before you can find the bearing, you have to form the true lot. The true bearing. This is our true bearing. Okay? This is our north pole. Sorry. Maybe we bring our Q here. This is our true north. We'll bring it here. Okay? Alright. The only line that moves from Q to R is this line. Then we want to know this bearing. This is the bearing that we are looking for. Before you can get that bearing, we need to find the value of what? We need to find the value of this angle. And the only way of finding the value of this angle is by finding this angle first. And we know that this 30 is alternate to this one. This is 30 degree. If you know the value of this theta, you know the value of the theta here, subtract 30 from the value of theta will give us the value of this angle. Know the value of this angle, we'll now use it to find our real bearing that we have to find from here. So in this case, what we are saying now is that if you want to find the bearing, we want to find the bearing of R from Q. We want to find the bearing of R from Q. How will you find the bearing of R from Q? The bearing of R from Q. How will you find it? So in this case, we'll say that we'll find it at the bearing of R. We have to find the theta first. Know the value of theta. We are going to subtract 30 from the value of theta to get this one. Once we get this one, we'll now subtract from 180. It will now give us the true bearing that we have to find from Q. And that will be our answer. So let us find theta first. How can we find theta now? You can find theta using what? Sine rule. You can find theta using sine rule. So how do you find sine rule? This is 8 all over sine theta. Alright, we say Q, find theta first. Find theta first. So using sine rule. If you want to use sine rule, we'll say that Q over sine Q equals to Q over sine Q equals to what? This is now complete. P equals to P over sine P. Now what is our Q? Our Q is 8. 8 over sine theta equals to P over sine 90. Now we have P. What is our P? We've got the value of P the other time. The value of P is a 9.43. The value of P is 9.43. The value of P is 9.43. By cross multiplication, we have 9.43 sine theta equals to 8 sine 90 degree. Sine theta is 8 sine 90 degree all over 9.43. Okay? Now, by that, you use your fourth figure table to find the value of our theta there. Our theta now equals to arc sine of 8 times sine 90 all over 9.43, 58.01 also. Now, theta is 58.01. Let us find this one as, let's call it as alpha. So we know that 30 degree plus alpha equals to 58.01. So 58.01. Okay. Now, what is our alpha now? Our alpha will be 58.01 minus 30, which gives us 28.01 degree. So alpha is 28.01 degree. Now the one we are looking for is the real bearing. The real bearing now, bearing of R from Q will be equals to 180, or this is straight line, 180 minus this one will minus 28.01. By the time we subtract this one, it will give us, this is a 2, maybe this is a, is it to 1.99, 8 from 9, 1, 2 from 7, 5, 1. So 151.1, but approximate to 2 decimal places will give us 152 degree. 152 degree. So the bearing of R from Q will be equals to 152 degree. To be equals to 152 degree. So that is our first question number 7B, year 2018 is concerned.